Alright, I'm back. Found my knob cutters. These are the largest that I have, but they're really still not large enough for this job. This is why I wanted to use the saw. This is why I should probably use the rotary tool, but we're gonna get by with the knob cutters if we can. You'll see why I didn't want to use them. I'm gonna have to really extend to try to make these cuts, and I have to make a lot of them. And it's really not ideal for the tree or for your tool. This dead wood is very hard, it looks like. I'm trying to think of a better way to do this. I really don't want to go find my my Dremel, and this is me being stubborn. The proper thing to do here would be to get a Dremel or something. We're gonna make this work because I don't know where all my parts are. So just bear with me. And this deadwood up top is very hard, which is actually good. It means that if there were any calluses or wounds that were left open, it looks like it would take a while for that wood to rot. Because I didn't do anything with that cut. I don't think I think I did have cut paste on it, and I must have removed it trying to see what the wound looked like or something. If we can get past all of this dead wood, it should be much easier. Grief. Look at that. The live callus is fine, and the wood under just came out. And see, the other problem that you're going to end up with when you're doing this is I'm going to get close to where I want to be, and then it's going to be uneven, and I'm going to have to spend a lot of time evening it out with smaller hand tools. So, but this is how I started it, so we will see if we can finish it this way. A little bit of an angle now. I might be able to cut some with this, but we have to kind of nibble at the edges. Making a little progress here, not a whole lot. I may be alternating back and forth between these two tools, so this is something I probably should speed up because it's going to take me a little while, but you know. By the way, I'm going to put a plug in while I'm doing this. If you've watched this far, thank you. At least I'm doing something mildly interesting, I suppose. But if you could like these videos and comment on them. I believe, I honestly am not one that's done much into YouTube as far as researching how the videos get suggested to people and stuff, but I believe that likes and comments are what drive that. And if you could like and leave some sort of comment, tell me that I'm doing it wrong, or that you enjoy it, or whatever. Tell me that I should have used a better microphone. Whatever you want to do, if you could like and comment, I believe that extends my reach to more people. And I'd really like one day to be able to do this, you know, for a living, instead of doing this on the side in between my full-time job. And I have plans to try to expand and try to, you know, start selling these trees. It'll probably be limited to people in the US because of import laws, but I will look into that. But that all really depends on people that watch. The little bit of, I don't make much for ad revenue or anything like that, but I make a little bit, and it helps me to kind of be able to buy supplies or try out, you know, unusual things like that twisted cyclone maple, the fusion project that I'm doing. It kind of enables me to do that, and that in turn gives you guys something interesting to think about or to watch. So if you could like and subscribe, if you're not, comment, I would appreciate it. I read every comment. Once in a while, YouTube does not tell me that I've gotten a comment, and I will miss it for a while, but I try to go back through and check for those. And I love answering any questions. I love talking to everybody. And so if you have a question or a comment, you can feel assured that I'm going to read it and try to answer any questions that you might have. So I also have on my website, as well as I've got a chat function there that goes straight to my phone. I have let's see, I have an email down in my description. I have a Facebook and an Instagram, although I really don't post to them very much. I have them there, and I hope to start using them more in the future. But I thought, for right now at least, comments, questions in the comments would be the most helpful for me. But if you want to reach me any other way, like I said, I've got several different methods. So what we've got here is we're starting to get a believable line here. We still need to go in just a little bit more. You can see we're making progress, which is all you can ask for. I'm going to try, as I go, to focus on the center of this wound and make it concave, because we really do not want a callus here that sticks out. It's going to remove the taper that we're looking for here. That's why I'm doing all this work right now, so we don't want to ruin it later by having a protruding callus. This is a little bit slow going, but we're getting there. Let's see, I'm going to take a minute and look at it from this angle. Yeah, I still need to go down a pretty good bit right here. And this is going to be a pretty big wound to heal. But if I had planned on doing anything other than a low chop, I would have taken steps to address this last year, because now I'm going to have this wound and this wound to heal. So I'm going to need to keep a few of these branches around the wounds and let them grow to try to heal them, while trying to also prevent any inverse taper. And ideally, I'm going to slant this cut to the other side so that you don't see as much of the wound itself. So I'm going to start coming to this side and trying to angle it. We're getting closer. Believe that, let's zoom out a little bit, see what it looks like. We're getting there. I think that I need to remove just a tiny bit from here, and a tiny bit from here, and let's take a moment and think here. If we leave this extra here, what's that going to do? If I remove this down to here, let's zoom in again. Okay, we're focused, alright. If I cut this down to here, it's going to make the wound a little bit larger, but it's going to improve the taper. It's going to improve the transition of the flow, so let's do that. The trick is going to be getting it on this side, which I am going to remove that branch, so I may just go ahead and do that. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get rid of this branch. Alright. Then let's see if we can get in here with this now. Yes, we can. And then we'll just come across here, like so. And we're looking better. Clean this up. cutters to try to get a little of this off. So now, let's see what we look like. I'll zoom out all the way and we'll pan down a little bit. So now we'll have a trunk line. It's like this. We'll have this come probably back this way slightly. And we'll have, once this grows enough, we'll have a nice beginning to the top of our tree. I just need to clean this a little more. And a rotary tool works really well for most of this work, especially cleaning up something like this. If you want the callus to roll over smoothly, like I do, like you should normally, you're going to want to make sure that this is as smooth as you can get it. So I'm going to keep playing with it for a moment. I'm going to leave this little bit of a callus here because it's already started and I can probably get it to keep rolling over. We'll just go down and remove a little bit here and there to get it started. In the worst case here, and what we'll probably have to do for a season or two is every year we'll come in and clean this up as the callus rolls and try to keep it flat as possible. Dogs do not care that it's cold and windy out. They are excited to play. Okay, now we're going to have a little wound there from where we started our cut. Let's zoom you back in. But as you can see here, we have a pretty flat cut now. And I believe all that we need to do is pretty much seal it when we've finished. So let's make a couple finishing touches on the edges here. I did want to come a little further down right here. Now, we're going to cut these branches, and we're going to leave a couple of them. Which ones do we want to leave? We want to leave I don't know if this angle here, this is almost a 45-degree angle. It's not ideal, not natural looking. So I may actually remove this branch, because in a natural tree you're going to have upwards, and then the weight of the branch over time is going to pull it down, right? So if this had a node that was a little bit closer, I may keep it and leave it, you know, something like this. I don't want to leave all three of them because they are going to continue to make reverse taper in this area. So I need to make a couple decisions. I think I'm going to get rid of this bigger one. I'm going to use the little tool that I showed you earlier. This one, focus, to make a clean cut on this branch. So what we can do even is remove most of the branch using your regular branch cutter, and then you come in behind it with these. You can angle it just right, like so. And look at that. See, it makes a nice, slightly concave cut that should heal nicely without making a protruding callus. So I'm going to do the same thing right here to get rid of these. I'll get down in here. I'll have to go 2 cuts, I think, maybe even 3. Let's see. It's going to be kind of difficult. Well, accidents happen, I suppose. At least there's a node right there. That means that I'm leaving this branch now, doesn't it? We're not going to need this little branch. And on the back side that you can't really see, where I had to remove this larger one, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing and clean this up. I'm not going to bother turning the camera because this is the exact same thing I just did. Hopefully minus cutting this branch off on accident. Okay. So now, take a final look at the chop, at the cut right around here. Let's finish cleaning this up. Try to turn it a little bit so that you can see what I'm doing a little better. I'm just gonna give this a little bit of a concave edge. And then go up a little and try to clean it up. Alright, and I think for now this is where I'm gonna call it. I think this is as good as I'm gonna get for right now. So we'll put wound paste on all of these cuts. This, even this little branch, since we do have this bud that's viable, maybe it lives. So other than wiring this, when it starts to bud out and get some sap flowing, it's a little more flexible, we're done. So let me zoom out and get you kind of a rotational view of what we've done. Put it on this. And let's see, while I'm at it, well, I would lower you down a little bit, but I think you can get the idea here. So here's what we're looking like. I'll move out of the shot so that you can see a little bit. And it's not captured particularly well on camera, and it's partially because of the height, but the tree has got a little bit of movement this way. This should carry into this, and then this will bring it back to the center where we can have an informal upright. So that's gonna be work for this tree for this year, and like I said, it'll go back in the ground pretty soon.